LeanData certification or LeanData certification. We'll go LeanData. The LeanData certification. So let's talk a little bit about what LeanData is, when it's best used, and let's talk about the actual certification process. There's not a lot out there, so I'll walk through my experience. I've recently gone through the certification process. I'll talk through the exam and a few tips to look out for when you're actually taking the exam. So LeanData, I love the term that they have on their website as revenue orchestration. Really, if you break that down, LeanData is used for matching cross-object, particularly for matching incoming Salesforce leads to Salesforce accounts. Very complex routing system, as well as they talk about a bucket or essentially a calendar link, as well as some different attribution products. But really, it's the matching and the routing where it is most used. Beyond that, they do have really nice integrations that I'll talk about a little bit with Slack, with different enablement tools, different enrichment tools such as user gems, etc. But that's what it is. Those are just a few of the components. But let's talk about when it's best used. So if you're looking at getting certified, whether your company is looking at the tool or whether you're just looking maybe as a consultant role to get the certification to be able to help with other companies, where it's best used, in my opinion, is when the lead assignment rules, or maybe you've built these assignments in Flow, are just not cutting it anymore. It's getting too complex. You have too many intertwined automations, and you want one place to be able to see and own the assignment. And now what's great about LeanData is it not only does leads, you can also route contacts, opportunities, accounts, even any object with certain packages of LeanData. But out of the box, it does the leads, contacts, and accounts, which is really nice. So in my opinion, it's when you're looking to have a better routing, more customized routing system, as well as maybe you're struggling with incoming leads that need to be matched to accounts. That's a big piece of what LeanData does. It has one of the best matching algorithms to be able to match incoming leads with existing accounts. Now let's talk about the certification. It's a $99 course along with certification, and you can either take it in an instructor-led course, which is virtual. It's a full day affair. I believe it starts at 9 a.m. with a lunch break, and then you take the exam at the end of the day, around 4 p.m. Or you have on-demand study materials, different videos. I believe it's 4.5 to 5 hours of materials. That's what I did personally. I broke it up into a few days and was able to take it in about a week and a half, to be honest. Now these study materials are great. They're really phenomenal at walking you through these different sections of LeanData that I just talked about matching and tagging, about routing, about making sure users, whether it's territories, as well as understanding schedules, such as vacations, working hours, etc. The course is really great at giving a good understanding. Now it's recommended for those looking at the certification that you have at least 3 to 6 months experience within LeanData, just because the test itself will go through some pretty complex scenarios, and so very helpful that you have a good understanding of LeanData before. After you've purchased the course, whether virtual-led or self-paced, you have 30 days to complete the exam from when you actually bought the course and exam package, and it's valid for 2 years. Now, in terms of the exam itself, you only really need to remember one number, 75. There are 75 multiple choice questions. You have 75 minutes to complete the exam, and you need a 75% to make sure that you pass the exam successfully. Now let's talk about how you're gonna pass this exam. So a few quick tips, and then I'll go into actual sections of the exam and give you specific tips there. But overall tips, please remember this is an open book, open notes exam. That means that you can have instances of LeanData open, you can have different help articles open. Please remember to do this. The answers are there.
Oh wow, thank you for that.
You just gotta know where to find it and be able to apply it to the questions. And so make sure you have lots of tabs open, you have an instance of LeanData open. That will really help you when going through the scenarios, going through the specific questions. Now, if you don't have access to a LeanData environment, all you need to do is actually email the instructor. There's an email on the course itself, and they'll provide you with a sandbox or developer instance that has LeanData installed. So you can log into that Salesforce instance and actually play around with all of the aspects of LeanData. You can do this as you're taking the course, and particularly when you're taking the exam. Make sure that you have access to LeanData. And so it's very helpful going through the questions. You can go straight in, whether you're building graphs, whether you're looking at different tiebreakers on matching and tagging. Make sure that you have an instance of LeanData open. Now I want to talk through the 4 main sections of LeanData and what to look for on the exam. I'm going to talk about matching, routing, processing, and user schedules. So first one is matching. Obviously, matching and tagging is a huge piece of LeanData. Now for the exam's sake, the main part about matching is understanding filters and tiebreakers. How you are able to modify the algorithm that LeanData uses to match cross-object or same object, whether it's lead to lead or lead to account. Understand filters and tiebreakers. This is critical when you actually implement LeanData, something that recently implemented, and you need to understand tiebreakers to make sure that you are matching to the proper record. Another piece to understand is to map the account fields. So for example, if you're matching lead to account, make sure you understand how and when you may want to pull fields from the account to that lead, or other objects, but that's the most common use case. So matching, make sure you understand tiebreakers, make sure you understand filters, and how to map account fields. Those are definitely going to help you on the exam. The second section is routing. Now LeanData routing is phenomenal in that you build it very similar to how you build a Salesforce flow. But something that I didn't really know when I first started with LeanData is that you can do a lot more than recognize fields and route to different reps. So I would highly recommend you understand all of the different nodes that you can use on a graph, which is what LeanData calls a flow. Understand all the different nodes within a graph, what they can do, what the different edges need, and what you need to be able to validate and deploy a graph. Those are going to be very important in the routing piece. The other piece I would add is make sure you understand how to export and import a graph. This is a phenomenal feature where you can actually bring in these routing graphs, whatever object it is. You can import, export from Sandbox production, whatever that is. Just understand how that works, what type of file is needed, and the process there. Now the third here is processing. Just a few tips here. Understand how LeanData uses batch processing just to make sure it doesn't hit any limits within Salesforce. So understand batch processing, understand audit logs. In the real world, audit logs in LeanData, you use those every day. That really helps you understand what records are going in, what happened to them, where they went through the graph, etc. Understand audit log, and then make sure you understand the routing insights, which is a really nice tool in LeanData where you can actually see the graph or the flow and see where records went through, where they errored, etc. So make sure that you understand that as you take the exam. The fourth and last section I'm going to talk about is users and schedules. A few tips here. Know how you can set up round robin pools, how you can set up territories, and then understand how, particularly on the round robins or just assigning records, understand how you can set up vacations, holidays, user schedules, and how to respect those things. You know, for example, you may want to route 24/7 to anyone in a round robin pool, but maybe for notifications wise, maybe you want to respect a holiday or an out of office for any notifications so they're not getting blown up. You want to make sure that you understand how this is set up to help with SLAs, those notifications that go out, whether it's Slack or email. So understand the user schedules, how to set up those different things, the different caps that you can put on, etc. So that's just a quick walkthrough of the LeanData certification. As I was studying, there wasn't much out there, so I wanted to put this out, just a few of my findings, a few things that I found helpful when studying and when taking the certification. LeanData is just a phenomenal tool for orgs that really need it. And so hope you the best of luck. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you need any additional help in a certain section, let me know. And if this was helpful, feel free to like and subscribe and look out for the next videos. Thanks.